office. I also never use any sort of dato-ship title in any. Hello, my name is Alvin. The moment you saw this video, I already decided to surrender myself to PDIM. I'm sure the news regarding Macau scam has been widespread across the nation and with many news agencies reporting it. Let me address this widespread accusation that has falsely accused me and countless false and daring accusation of who and what I actually do for a living. Firstly, I wasn't crowned any Dato Sri title in the very first place. I wasn't sure how the rumors had spread that I was Dato Sri at the first place. I also never used any sort of Dato ship title in any of my business occasion or meeting. I was born in KL in year 1988 and has been living in a rented room before my father managed to save enough to purchase a 900 square feet condominium in Miaja Cheras in year 2003. My age was 15 years old at that time. Knowing how hard work it took my parents to save money to buy a property in Kuala Lumpur, I took part-timer during my secondary school in SMK Taman Maluri, Kampong Pandan. As a waiter at Plaza Lawyat restaurant, as a bartender in BB Pub Bukit Bintang, as a cleaner in the gym in Capital Hotel, and also sales assistant in sales record and music record shop in Sungawang. That was 2001 until 2005. My age was 13 years old since my first job. Right after I completed my secondary school, I started to work full-time as a sales assistant in IT company called Network Computers at Plaza Lawyat to support my family and family financially. I started this job and received my very first payroll of RM 850 back then. I was promoted to supervisor and eventually sales manager in 2.5 year time. I was then given a chance to become franchisee of this company together with 4 of my close colleague of course with the trust of my support given by then boss. I managed to expand my business and was later on supplying to government related project in Terengganu, Pahang, Sarawak, Sabah in year 2011. Of course, it was only possible because I work very closely with IT vendors like AMD, Intel, Acer, Lenovo, Asus, and HP. For an entrepreneur such as myself, I believe diversification is necessary to remain competitive in the market. We were the very first official dealership and showroom for the company that started of their drone business. We are the first showroom for DJI in Malaysia. My business expand to technologies products such as face recognition, thermal imaging CCTV, under vehicle scanner system. We've been recognized as one of the HIK Vision dealership here in Malaysia. During pandemic time, I decided to venture into other business sector. My company began to selling face masks, thermal imaging CCTV, sanitizer liquid, as well as sanitizing tunnel. Not to forget to give back to society, I have also support cause of fighting in COVID-19 pandemic by donating and sponsoring a few government and private entity with this product that I have on hand. Now I believe public wish to know what actually happened from the first day at MSCC until now. I wish to clarify that I went voluntary to MSCC office in Putrajaya on 2nd October 2020 to help their ongoing investigation. I was only told around evening that time I would need to be remanded to further notice in their ongoing investigation. I truly understood at the moment that they need to follow their instruction from their superior. I was treated very well and fair in MSCC and even given medical checkup at the first day I was remanded and the day I was released. This is to ensure that I was not in any way tortured or tormented during investigation. Meals and waters were provided also on time during my detention. I was finally released on bail on October 11. I was realized that I could finally head home, meet my family, but I came to know that others who were released on bail by MSCC that they were immediately detained by PDIM officer and might charged under POCA or Prevention Crime Act. To my knowledge, being charged under POCA is a very serious matter. After 10 days of detention, I tired and I could not think straight. After I signed my own bill, I decided not to exit through MSCC building main entrance. Instead, I exit through the back side of the building. Few days later, I saw on the internet, the media, I was wanted by PDIM. With details, such photo, I see even my home address was released to the public. I was falsely and bluntly accused being the leader of Macau scam syndicate with laundered millions of ringgit and also the possession of many luxury vehicles. Also, there were accusations saying that I also operating illegal online gambling activity in Shiraz. On top of that, worse accusation that I'm the agent of offering high-end prostitution to VIP for a price of 4,500 ringgit. I wish to inform the public that I'm in no way is related or involved in this activity. I also wish to clarify that I don't know any celebrity artist that will call to MSCC for questioning. Besides that, those luxury vehicles that were seized do not belong to me at all, none of them. As reported by the media, 700 over bank account they were frozen, more than 100 million in total. My company and also my personal account is not more than frozen by MSCC is not more than 1 million. I'm not the leader of Macau Scam Syndicate. For I don't even know how this syndicate work because I only engaged in IT business for the past 12 years. Besides that, there was also report one another news outlet stating that are ranking more than 1.08 billion a year for this illegal activity, which is blanket accusation and untrue. According to the statement of the CID director, which indicated me being a coordinator of Macau scam syndicate in the illegal activity because my IT business make me easier providing telecommunication equipment for Macau scam syndicate. This is a false accusation which I like to address as well. After doing IT business for 12 years, my customer come from all walks of life, and when there's demand, I'll be happy to supply, as this is considered as revenue in my business. If the authority demand necessary, I'm more willing to provide the sales record of every single transaction of that my business sold to our customer as proof we only supply IT goods and product. What I just say above is true, and I have source to back every single word I just say. Now everything that was written bluntly without proper source regarding me should be made clear that I'm not related to any of these Macau scam syndicate and illegal gambling activity. As mentioned in the news, my business permits has been read by a few times past week, and I believe this must cause social anxiety amongst my staff, most which might result in them resigning because they feel harassment by those authority. And the more I started off my IT business seems to have intention to terminating the tenancy agreement with my company due to this whole scene. Being judged as a leader of Macau scam syndicate and coordinating illegal gambling activity even when. Lastly, I decided to come out from hiding and surrender myself soon to assist with investigation. I believe there's proper law and order in our country that will help investigate in this matter and shine only truth to the public. I hope there will be proper justice shed over me. I've been falsely accused and blamed for the crime I did not commit. I only seek out public and also those who personally know me, please help me to clear my reputation because of how news agency and few social media platform has wrongly tarnished my reputation by publishing news without proper investigation. Thank you very much.